Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Once I had a fatal encounter with a satanist online. So I conversed about his viewpoints and what do satanists believe in or what do they think they are. So the satanist said that he was from probably England. He belonged to the Satanist church and he was a proper visiting member of the church. There is a Satanist church. So for contemporary people such as myself, Satanism is worship of the devil. It's cutting cats, it's doing black magic on things that are not supposed to be. It's about killing things and it's about drowning in bad liquids, etc. etc. But that Satanist, quite an educated one. I could say educated as in the form of degrees. He has some formal education as well. So I asked him that, what do Satanists believe in? He said that we believe in Satan, but we don't believe in God because science cannot prove the existence of God. Now that sounds hypocritical, like a person doesn't believe in God because he can't see it, but he believes in Satan even though he can see Satan as well. So I asked that person, why is that? And he gave me a very profound example of a cat. He said that a cat walks down the river. The cat sees a fish, and the cat likes the fish and likes to eat fish. As you have seen in Tom and Jerry, a lot of cats like fish. And why does the cat like fish? That's a good question. He answered it himself because it was a rhetorical question. I was not supposed to go into the scientific depths of cats' taste buds. He said that cats like those things because their taste buds are developed for perceiving that taste. Same way, after 2000 years of Bible, 1400 years of Quran, and so many more years of Talmud or Torah, etc., etc., we see that people have developed to a concept of devil. We always associate bad things with devil. We always associate good things with God or his messengers. So people have developed a sort of a taste, a sort of a perception of what the Satan is. And it has become a symbol. Like the hammer and sickle is the symbol of communism. It's supposed to stand for like labor rights. So Satanists use this built up taste buds of men against the devil as a symbol of rebellion, to use it according to their needs. Because a person needs a symbol to rely on. For example, we can see in Islamic traditions how idol worshippers are formed, how pagans are formed. Pagans see a messenger, they see a holy saint, they build a statue, an idol of that saint, or try to mimic that god's pious person. And after that, they worship him or ask him to do favors, and after that, they associate different idols with God. For example, idol for rain, an idol for marriage, an idol for this, for that, etc., etc., etc. So this tendency of man to associate things with God, to associate symbols to divinity, is what Satanists use. They use our inherent tendency to associate symbols with divinity, and they link that symbol to Satan instead of God, which is the contemporary religious point of view, in which we link our divinity to God, whether that God is in the form of an idol, whether it's in the form of Jesus, or it's in the form of an unseen divine being, or in the form of spirits, etc., etc. They associate that divinity to a symbol that is in our minds, in our heart, as Satan. And they use it to collect people together on a point and propagate their ideology. It's like hammer and sickle. You won't see the famous communist leaders pick up their own hammer and sickle and start working like laborers. You won't see Stalin or Mao Zedong work like laborers. They use that symbol. Same way, Satanists use the name of Satan to propagate their ideology. What is their ideology? Their ideology is about rebellion, it's about denying the religious norms put forward by the contemporary religions. For example, Satanists against the Christianity would always start blasphemy. They will conclude immoral sex as normal and natural. And you may have seen they have a lot of other cult practices such as cutting animals, abusing them, doing some sort of black magic cult practices that are not, that are straightforwardly that those are weird. And by when they bring people into their ideology, they're already rebelling against contemporary religions. But they also need more people. So what do? They claim themselves as atheists. Now this is sort of an honest picture of atheists. Atheists spend their entire life, or almost their entire life, most of them, I would say, trying to prove that there is no God, trying to deny existence of God. What better way is there to do that by praising Satan, that Satan was right and God was wrong? So Satanists of the modern Satanist church say that they are atheists, they believe in science, and they would believe in God if science somehow proves God. Like, that's gonna happen. So that's the concept of modern Satanists. And that guy, I don't know if he was representing someone, but on individual scale, he said that he doesn't believe in the occult practices such as cutting up cats, using their blood for rituals, other occult practices, etc., etc. So may God prevent us. May May Allah save us from the delusion of such people who follow the occult practices and leave the true path of Quran and Sunnah.